A serious coin collection is a collection with a purpose, a collection that has the ambition of making an impact, be it by its beauty, its academic relevance, or its completeness. In other words, a collection that has the potential to become the next most wanted provenance for any discerning or astute collector. But although the common belief would assume that having access to substantial financial resources would be sufficient to build a serious collection, my 15 years experience in the coin market has just proven me the contrary. Having purchased and sold tens of thousands of coins through auction and private treaties, including specimens in the 5 and 6 figure range, I have learned one thing. Although essential, money alone is no guarantee of success when building a serious coin collection. So, without any further ado, here are my 11 advices to build up a serious coin collection. Advice number 1. Collect what you love. This will give you the motivation for the long journey. My first advice is obvious but essential. Love your coins and be passionate about them. It will be the thriving force that will allow you to fulfill your ambitions as a serious collector. Find whatever it is that you love the most, be it exceptional condition, great historical importance, prestigious provenances, rarity, or just eye appeal. Let it become your passion. Although challenging, the path to building a serious coin collection can be one of the most invigorating things you will ever get involved with, and the journey will be your reward. Advice number 2. Set a clear scope and purpose. This will give you the path and the roadmap. My second advice is one of the most overlooked ones. Start by taking the time to think about the scope and the purpose of your collection. Try to get a clear understanding of the kind of collections you want to build and why you want to build it. Write down your areas of interest. It can be a country, a civilization, an era, a type of coin, or a metal, usually gold, silver, or bronze. In addition to that, set a total budget you are willing or you will be able to spend. If you set your goals and stick to them, this will be the best way to get to your serious collection. And do not forget, it is very easy to get attracted to shiny objects and to leave the track. So make sure to follow this advice as soon as possible. Advice number 3. Be patient. This will give you the pace and the endurance. This advice sounds quite boring, but it is key to your success. It is a fact. A serious collection takes time to build. Every so often, you might need to wait 10 to 15 years to purchase a true rarity, sometimes even longer than that. It is very important to stick to your criteria and not to lower your standards to rush the purchase of a coin. In the coin market as well, time is money. And if you are not patient enough, you might well overpay coins that do not respect your collecting standards in the fear of missing out. Advice number 4. Be prepared to act. This will give you the confidence. Although patience should help you avoid costly mistakes, there is nothing more frustrating than missing a rare coin you have been hoping for years to acquire. Once your dream coin appears on the market, make sure to be able to purchase it as quick as possible. Rare coins that appear on the market don't usually stay available for a long time. If you need to sell another asset to be able to gather the needed funds, you will lose time and risk losing the deal. For this matter, my fourth advice is very simple. Have your financial means available at any time, ideally on a dedicated account from which you can raise the required funds whenever needed. Advice number 5. Keep track of your collection. This will give you the assurance that you will not go wrong. One of the most common mistakes I can see in my work is collectors buying the same coin type over and over again for one simple reason. They just forgot that they had purchased a similar specimen a couple of months ago. If this ever happened to you, you know what I mean. By recording all your purchased coins, digitally or in a notebook, it will allow you not only to avoid this costly mistake of purchasing coins multiple times, but by adding details on the condition, it will also allow you to upgrade your collection when the opportunity of a better preserved coin presents itself. In addition, you should always keep and sort out all relevant paperwork and receipts for your coins, like import-export papers, invoices, collector's labels, or any provenance information. This is very important because it will provide valuable information for the future, especially as regulations on collecting coins are becoming increasingly restrictive. Finally, keeping track of your collection has one further advantage. If something should happen to you, members of your family or future beneficiaries that probably do not have the same level of numismatic knowledge than you do will have access to all needed information that should ensure, if necessary, a fair dispersal of your collection. Advice number 6. Curate your collection as a museum will do. This will make sure that your collection always stays safe. A common mistake I encounter is improper storage. Numerous collectors leave the coins they have purchased in the envelopes or plastic flips that are used by the dealers or the auction houses to ship the coins or store them during their auctions. Although practical, this material is not made for long-time storage and may cause costly damage to your coins. Once received, make sure that your coins are stored properly to avoid any physical damage that could dramatically lower the value. In addition, coins have always been a valuable target for criminals, and you should keep this in mind when storing your coins. So make sure your coins are always properly insured and kept in a safe place. Advice number 7. Train your eyes. This will raise your quality standards. When you have grown up in Switzerland, like I have, Zurich seems to be a big city. But once you go to Japan and visit Tokyo, then you discover what a big city really is. And the same principle works for coins and illustrates my next advice. You want to discover and see what perfection is as soon as possible in order to set your quality standards as high as possible. For this matter, start by purchasing a common coin in your collecting range but in exceptional quality. This will allow you to set a reference for your eyes to what they should be looking for, and everything below this quality standard should be avoided. If you collect modern coins, just purchase a common specimen graded MS65 or MS66. So each time you want to add a coin to your collection, you have a way to compare its quality to this specimen. Advice number 8. Build your library. This will make you learn and stay passionate. Building your own library or having access to one is a key success factor for your serious collection. This is a common yet important advice. Buy your first book before you buy your first coin. Start by generic numismatic literature, presenting overviews of large eras of coinage. There are generic numismatic books available for almost any country and any chronological era. Then, starting from there, add specialist books that you will discover in the bibliography at the end of the general book based on your areas of interest. Reading numismatics books will not only give you ideas about the type of coins you should be looking for, it will also help you understand the history behind your coins, the historical, artistic, and financial context, as well as the rarity. By adding old auction catalogs to your library, especially from important past coin collections, you may get inspired and even use the most prestigious collections as a model for building yours. Always keep learning while collecting. By doing so, it will inspire you and make your numismatic journey even more enriching. Advice number 9. Do your homeworks. This will make sure every purchase you make is a valuable addition to your collection. Before making any purchase, you should keep the following advice in mind. Never take the description made for a coin by the seller for granted. Auction houses and dealers can sometimes offer many thousands coins at the same time in their sale, and this can obviously lead to mistakes. So always make sure to verify that the following 3 elements are correct. Element number 1, identification. Does the coin really match with the identification made by the seller? In other words, are the denomination, the date, the type, the ruler, the country of origin, and literature references given by the seller correct? Element number 2, the quality. Does the coin really match with the condition report made by the seller? As quality and condition do have the most important impact on the value of a coin, make sure to study the available pictures or videos of the wanted coin. For any important coin you are willing to add to your collection, you might need to check the coin in person. And for this purpose, travel abroad and attend public viewings prior to auctions. Third element, the price. Does the coin really match the price asked by the seller? Once you have validated both the identification and the quality report, now you need to verify that the asking price is correct. For this purpose, you need to define the typical price range for this coin type by studying archives of prices realized in auctions, as well as asking prices for similar coins on numismatic marketplaces. However, please note that prices for coins of high quality or rarity are usually way above typical price ranges. Advice number 10. Care about provenance. This will increase the long-time value and prestige of your collection. The provenance represents the history of a coin as a collector's item. In other words, the history of its ownership and of its journey in the numismatic market. It can be, for example, the information about a past auction in which the coin had already been offered for sale, sometimes more than a century ago, but also a reference in a numismatic book in which the coin has been illustrated, or even an important collection of which your coin has been part of. So, this is my 10th advice, and it is very important to me, as I am one of the world leaders of provenance research for ancient coins. Make the presence of a provenance for your coins not only something nice to have, but a real must-have. Be ready to pay more for a coin with a good provenance, and invest time and money to find out possible lost provenance information for your coins. Don't forget, a provenance is not only an important and prestigious information, it can also be of great help when it comes to legal, cultural properties issues, as well as authenticity. In other words, a provenance can save you money and save you from troubles. Advice number 11. Know the market and its regulations. This will give you trust and help keep you out of troubles. The numismatic market is made of numerous players, and sadly, not all of them are trustworthy. You have the auction houses, the dealers, the collectors, and then you have numerous places where you can buy coins, like floor and internet auctions, online shops, and digital marketplaces, as well as traditional coin shows. So this is my last but not least advice. Know the players of the market and be known to them. This will protect you from buying forgeries or fake coins. Meet the dealers, the auction houses, and attend coin shows, or even join a local collectors club. In the coin market, more than anywhere else, trust is key. In addition, make sure to know your local regulations regarding the purchase and collecting of coins. In the last decades, numerous and increasingly restrictive regulations have been implemented worldwide for the numismatic market, and especially in the US and the European Union. Make sure to be up to date on this matter. It will help you to ensure that your collection stays a valuable asset in the long run, and it will keep you out of possible troubles. So, these were my 11 advice to build up your serious collection. But before I let you go back to your coins, I want to give you a last bonus advice. Seek the services of an advisor. If building a serious collection is your ultimate goal, but you do not have the time or the possibility to implement all the advices that I have been giving you in this video, why not seek the services of a numismatic advisor like I am? I spend my days searching through the numismatic market in the quest for the best rarities. I travel worldwide from Japan to the US to purchase and sell rare coins and medals. I'm a member of the most important coin dealers association and a recognized auctioneer and specialist of ancient coins, medals, and provenance research. So if you want me to help you to build your serious coin collection, do not hesitate to contact me using the link in the description of this video. In today's video, I have given you my 11 advice that will help you build your serious coin collection. And let me quickly recall them. Advice number 1 is to collect what you love. Advice number 2 is to set a clear scope and purpose. Advice number 3 is to be patient. Advice number 4 is to be prepared to act. Advice number 5 is to keep track of your collection. Advice number 6 is to curate your collection as a museum will do. Advice number 7 is to train your eyes. Advice number 8 is to build your library. Advice number 9 is to do your homeworks. Advice number 10 is to care about provenance. And advice number 11 is to know the market and its regulation. And don't forget my final and bonus advice. If you do not have the time to implement all my advices, is to seek the services of an advisor like I am. So I look forward to your emails and comments and wish you a lot of good times with your coins. So I hope to see you soon, and I send you my very best regards from Switzerland. Goodbye.